I want to take you to Rockport, Massachusetts. This is an amazing community. And if you don't want to live here, at least know about it. Because if you're moving to the Boston area, you will be coming to Rockport to have some fun time on the seashore.
It's one of those places people love to visit for a day trip, especially during the warmer months. Actually, I'm here on a day trip right now. We drove about 45 minutes to get here and started walking around at about 9 o'clock in the morning. At that time, the sun wasn't too strong yet and the streets were pretty quiet. It felt peaceful. But by around 11 a.m., things started to change. The sun got hotter, the sidewalks got busier, and suddenly there were people everywhere. And honestly, that's Rockport in a nutshell. Stay until the end to hear what the median home price is in Rockport. For most of the year, Rockport is a small, quiet coastal town with only about 7,000 year-round residents. But once spring arrives and summer gets going, the town transforms. Visitors come for the beaches, the restaurants, the art galleries, whale watching, bearskin neck, and of course the beautiful ocean views. So today I want to show you what Rockport is really like, what locals love about it, what some residents don't love about it, and whether this little coastal town might actually be a good place for you to live. Rockport sits about 40 miles northeast of Boston, right at the tip of Cape Ann. Gloucester is directly to the west and is the only neighbor, and the Atlantic Ocean surrounds the town on pretty much every other side. When you first arrive, let's say, it's easy to see why people fall in love with this place. The coastline is beautiful, the air smells like the ocean, there are boats everywhere, and unlike many tourist destinations that become overdeveloped, Rockport still feels very much like a traditional New England town. It still has the same vibe as 30 years ago, which for me is lovely. Never change, Rockport. There's some hotels here and plenty of restaurants in the downtown area, but once you move further inland, you'll find something very different. You'll see Cape-style homes, colonials, you'll see tree-lined streets, you'll see the kind of neighborhoods that feel very Massachusetts. It's not flashy, it feels very New England, and for many people that's exactly the appeal. Now let's talk about the ocean for a second, because yes, it's beautiful. It's everywhere. But if you're thinking you're moving here to swim year-round, that's not happening. The Atlantic Ocean is cold, really cold. You can comfortably swim for maybe a couple of months during the year. Outside of that, most people are enjoying the water by walking next to it, boating on it, fishing in it, or simply looking at it. And honestly, that's enough for a lot of people. One thing I really noticed walking around town today is how many independent businesses there are. Rockport Center is incredibly cute. You'll find little boutiques, gift shops, art galleries, ice cream shops, and local businesses. What you won't find are many big chain stores. This isn't the place for endless shopping plazas. If you need major shopping or groceries, many residents simply head over to neighboring Gloucester. That's one of the realities of living here. You get charm, you get character, but you give up some convenience. Now, if you're considering living here full-time, maybe you are someone who loves boating, maybe you're always dreamed of belonging to a yacht club, or maybe you simply love the idea of waking up near the ocean every day. If that's you, it's worth hearing what actual residents have to say. One resident described Rockport this way: Rockport is a dreamy place to live. You'll be here about an hour before neighbors introduce themselves and welcome you. That's something I hear over and over again about smaller New England towns. People know each other, people talk to each other, there is a sense of community here that can be difficult to find in larger cities. The schools are small and provide very individual attention to students. There are strong programs in business, music, theater, fine arts, and digital media. Schools get strong support from the community. One thing that surprises newcomers is the commute to Boston. Many people assume Rockport is simply too far from Boston to be practical, but Rockport is actually one of the end stations on the MBTA Newburyport-Rockport commuter rail line. The town is served by 13 weekday commuter trains into Boston. That means many residents can simply get on the train, connect to Wi-Fi, work during the ride, and avoid dealing with Boston traffic. Basically, you work in Boston and then come home to the ocean. And I can see why that idea appeals to so many people. But before we make Rockport sound perfect, let's talk about some of the downsides too, because every town has them. One thing you'll notice immediately if you visit during the summer is traffic. There's a lot of traffic. From a real estate perspective, the seasonal difference is dramatic. Parking downtown becomes difficult, Route 127 gets backed up, restaurants become crowded, the beaches fill up, the shops are busy, seasonal rentals increase, second-time homeowners arrive, and the entire atmosphere changes. If I had to describe Rockport throughout the year, I'd say this. From November through April, Rockport feels quiet, local, and peaceful. From June through September, it feels lively, crowded, tourist-oriented, and energetic. Whether that's a positive or a negative depends entirely on your personality and what kind of work you are in. If you have one of those boutiques in downtown area, you definitely like that. Some people love that seasonal energy. That's me. When I'm coming to visit Rockport, I like to see a lot of people. The energy is really wonderful. Others find it exhausting. There is no supermarket in town, although there are two nearby in Gloucester. The town has a couple of banks, a drugstore, several churches, and even a lively swap shop at the transfer station. That's where you take your trash and items you don't need anymore. The residents describe Rockport as a beautiful place to come home to, and they say that winter is actually one of their favorite seasons because things quiet down. The town sometimes can feel remote, the only neighbor being Gloucester, and because homes are often close together, good neighbors matter a lot. If you're moving to Massachusetts, download my relocation guide and the relocation checklist so you will not miss any important steps, and reach out to me with any questions. Another issue that comes up repeatedly is affordability. Many residents say housing prices have become a major challenge. People often talk about wanting more young families and younger residents in town because there are many residents that are over 60. But many younger people simply can't afford to buy here anymore. That's a common theme we're seeing throughout many Massachusetts towns. The lifestyle is incredible, the demand is strong, the prices keep climbing. Another resident described Rockport as a food desert because there is no grocery store within town limits, and owning a vehicle is almost necessary. Public transportation exists, but most people still rely heavily on their cars. But if you are someone who loves having everything within walking distance, that's something to think about. At the same time, many families absolutely love living here. One resident who relocated from the Washington, D.C. area shared a story that really stood out to me. After their second child was born, they started thinking about where they wanted their kids to grow up. They wanted beaches and woods. They wanted a place where children could spend more time outdoors. Eventually, they chose Rockport, and according to them, they have no regrets. Their children participated in sports, sailing, horseback riding, music lessons, and many other activities, often within walking distance of home. Summer jobs were easy to find. Their kids gained independence. Their schools prepared them well enough to be accepted into competitive colleges. And one comment they made really captures what draws people here. They said their children frequently looked out the car window while driving along the coast and said, "I can't believe how beautiful it is here." Honestly, I can understand that. Driving through Rockport today, there were moments where I found myself slowing down just to look at the scenery. The rocky coastline, the boats, the historic homes, the ocean views around every corner. It doesn't feel like a place that was designed by developers, thank goodness. It feels like a place that grew naturally over hundreds of years. Speaking of history, here's a fun fact. Cape Ann was named by King Charles I in honor of his mother, Anne of Denmark. So even the area's name has a deep historical connection going back centuries. Another resident called Rockport a hidden gem on Boston's North Shore. They pointed to the art scene, which is very active here, good schools, small town atmosphere, and growing downtown. A lot of people today are looking for something different, like less stress, more nature, more balance. Rockport checks a lot of those boxes. Now, would I recommend Rockport to everyone? Probably not. If you want major shopping 5 minutes away, probably not. If you need to be in downtown Boston every day and hate commuting, not a good idea. If you want warm water beaches year-round, definitely not. But if you love the ocean, if you appreciate New England character, if you enjoy a slower pace of life, Rockport is perfect. At the very least, it's absolutely worth visiting, because even if you never move here, you'll understand why so many people keep coming back year after year. Now let's dive into real estate numbers. Even though in most of eastern Massachusetts the market has slowed down and days on market have gone up everywhere, there were fewer homes listed but more were sold in Rockport. Median sale price for a single family is $1,100,000 with $621 per square foot. That's in 2026 year to date. The prices are definitely not going down. They are flat or in some cases growing. So could you see yourself living in Rockport? If you're considering Rockport, Gloucester, or any North Shore town, feel free to reach out. My name is Nouné, and my team and I help people relocate to Massachusetts and find the communities that fits their lifestyle, budget, and long-term goals. All of my contact information is below, and you can also scan the QR code for my many important resources. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.